Absolutely Talks, empowering talent for global careers. Brought to you by Absolutely French, presented by Armel Pervin.
Hello everybody, I'm happy to see you today. So we are at Absolutely Talks, and this talk is to empowering talent for global careers. Just a little word today. So I welcome Sophie Girault, who is the founder of Sofime Relocation. So I'm very proud to have you today, Sophie. And so we are going to speak a little bit with Sophie, and then you will have questions to ask at the end. So please note it if you have something to ask to Sophie later. So I'm Armel Perven. I'm the founder of Absolutely French. And we help expat spouses integrate in Paris with a specific organization. So it's a it's a holistic service. And I created this podcast because we need to speak more about the dual career in expatriation, because it's something that really develop everywhere in expatriation. So it's very important to speak about this. So Sophie, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about Sofime Relocation?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Sophie Girault. I created Sofime Relocation about 15 years ago. So we are doing both immigration and relocation. We are based in Paris, but we are working all over France. From the first beginning, our strategy was to work on international mobility and not national mobility, and we kept that strategy today. We started our activity with just home search, and we extend to other services in order to keep the proximity and to build a strong relationship with both the company and the expat. What else? The services we are providing, so immigration, temporary housing, permanent housing, social security, bank account opening, schooling, which is very important for the family. And we're also working with partners for tax topics and moving services, etc. Today, our team we are 7 people working in the company, all working together in the same office, which is very important for us. So there is 2 lawyers in social security and immigration, and 5 experts in relocation.
Thank you, Sophie. Yeah. And we met, I think, 10 years ago, something like that.
Yes.
And we are very connected because we have very high quality service, and yes. I think we have the same values.
Yes.
So could you explain a little bit more of your values at Sofime Relocation? What are your? I think they are very different from others, so it's important.
Yes, I mean, we are working in a human way. This is from the first beginning our way to work. This is very important for all the team. And the key for us for a successful relocation is to set up confidence from the first beginning of the relocation. So to do so, we are setting up contact with the assignee and his family as soon as the mobility is confirmed with the HR. So we are organizing a call in order to discuss with the expat, explaining the real estate market, explaining the different steps of the relocation, answering the question. I mean, this call can take half an hour. I mean, until 1 hour. What is really important in that call is that we set up the confidence with the expat and his family. We also are very involved in the way the family is living. This is very important to reassure the expat because, I mean, moving in another country is a lot of stress for the expat himself and for the family too. and the relocation has to be as smooth as possible. Most particularity of Sofime Relocation is that most of the relocation are done internally, and that way we definitely keep the contact with the expat and keep the knowledge of the market. We have, I would say, doing that way, working that way, we have legitimacy to explain the expat the market and the way to do.
So it's very client-focused approach.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we have the same strategy since 15 years, and this is the this is the what
your main value.
Yes, our main value. We are recognized for being very, very human, flexible, and very reactive. And I would say very important to be transparent. This is very important to stay transparent all over the process with the expat and his family, and keeping objectivity in the recommendation we give the expat.
Yes, thank you so much, Sophie. So, and just you told me when we prepared the podcast before that you have more and more solo expatriation.
Yes.
So could you give us some examples and
yes, sure.
how it changed the way you manage the relocation?
Yes, we have more and more individual relocation, but when I'm talking on individual relocation, I'm including the expat that have a family but moving alone, and that is I have no numbers, but I would say this is a minimum of half of our relocation now. Okay, and but the way to work in that kind of situation means we have to consider the whole family. Because this is a family decision actually. Even if the family is not moving, this is a family decision. So our approach is to involve the whole family in the relocation. Yes.
I have one question.
Yes.
One
go
question
ahead.
about this. Why do you think you have more and more of this type of expatriation?
Because of dual career, both partner wants to work and wants to keep his job, and when the job is interesting, it's not. It's more difficult now to leave to quit the job and to switch in a new country without knowing what you're going to do.
Yeah. So that's it's important to
so
see the
way,
evolution.
Yeah. So just to finalize, our way to work changed also because we are. In terms of relocation, we are looking much more for furnished flat, for smaller flat. We have less school search. And what else? We usually search for sofa bed everywhere. So yes, that changed the way we are working now, and the kind of flat we're looking for.
What are some of the most common challenges expatriates face in adjusting to a new culture, and how does Sofime Relocation support them?
So I'm going to focus on the relocation because this is the challenge I can find now. So the main obvious challenge is the language. French is a difficult language to learn, and French people does not really speak a good English, so that makes a double challenge actually. So this is very important to find answer to that kind of problematics. Another challenge is the administrative in France that are quite picky, again, non-English spoken, not digitalized, and that makes some frustration on on the expat. I mean, we can find a lots of challenge. Real estate is also a challenge, etc. But I would say the job of the partner, or the lack of job of the partner, can make the relocation successful or not, depending on the situation. So Armel is really Armel, and absolutely French, makes a good answer to that kind of challenge. Yeah.
Thank you to notice us.
No, but I mean, we're working a lot together.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Okay. And how do you see your role for the future? What do you think? How relocation will move forward? What do you think? How do you see your job in the future years?
It's a difficult question. I mean, we are our role is changing. More and more, we are solution maker. And we are networks finder, actually, networks provider. Actually, we have to anticipate the needs of the expat and his family, and bring solution to it. This is really the way where our job is going to change. Yeah. One of the change we are facing now is again the situation of the partner. More and more, we are the expat is asking us tips or way to integrate the whole family. And at Sofime Relocation, we definitely consider that the relocation is successful if each member of the family has found his position in France. So,
I totally agree with you. I think it's not just the expat, but every member of the family.
Absolutely,
is very important.
Kids too. Yeah, kids is also a challenge. Yeah.
Yes. Just to check. Yes. Okay. Do you have any tips you could give to human resources that works in international mobility, maybe in relocation, if they don't have a specific service?
Anticipating the relocation, which is not the trend, but anticipating the relocation in order for the expat to be prepared to all the stress they can face. And what else? I mean, if the budget is really small, I would say home search.
First.
Yes, home search first, because, I mean, for sure, all the administrative, because this is the responsibility of the company. But I would say the real estate market is so tight now. It's quite difficult for the expat to make it himself in a good condition. There is a lot of fake ads, etc. So the market is getting challenging too. But I mean, actually, that kind of budget has to be extended in order for the relocation to be successful.
Okay.
It's really,
important point for them.
Yeah.
Okay. And another point that they need, I don't know, any other advice for them?
Any other advice? Having a team with the expat, the mobility manager, and the relocation. I would say we have to be a team in order to be successful.
Yes.
To be on the same line, and
So you mean the company and the relocation
the company,
agency.
the relocation, and the expat.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be a team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So to have all the elements you need to have to find the perfect fit for them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very important, I think, and the partner. I think.
And the partner,
sure. The
partner is
is key also.
Yeah. So the solution they found now, which is not a good solution, I think, but is that each member of the family stays in his job. So one abroad, the other one in France. It's not always a good solution because actually there is kind of lots of, it's not divorce or bad situation that can happen. So the best would be to get the budget to welcome the partner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, in France, and help him in finding a job if he has the competency to find a job in France. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, Sophie. I think it was a very good subject for all the people who are listen to us. So if you have any question to Sophie, it's now time. So we have one question now. There is a growing focus on sustainability and well-being. How do you think these issues will influence the relocation sector? It's about sustainability. What do you do, for example, in Sofime Relocation on this subject? Do you do something specific?
It's not the question is not
RSE sur la RSE.
Yeah. So we are currently we got a label last year from I don't remember the name of the company, and we are renewing our label for this year. So this is first response, but that means we are I'm sorry.
It's a new challenge for you, but you
it's
manage.
A new challenge for us. We are managing. We are asking our consultant, for example, to do. We are not driving anymore. For example, in Paris, we are not driving anymore. We are asking our consultant to do the visit with metro or walking. Or this is the way we want the consultant to do. We are not printing. We have a platform in order for the expat to upload all the documents. We have no paper anymore. This is beginning of an answer.
Yeah. That's very good. Yeah. Yes, and I have another question. You mentioned that are more solo bookings. What are the budgets they are giving for one bedroom on average now?
An average budget for one bedroom?
Yes.
It depends. It depends on the company. If they're paying themselves, usually the budget is around 1,000, let's say 1,500 to 1,800. If this is a personal lease, if the company is paying, usually the budget is a little bit more. And this is quite a small budget for one separate bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah,
and of course, if you go in different districts in Paris,
I'm talking about Paris and Paris area. Yeah.
Thank you. So we are waiting for your question. If you have other question, it's good to be with you. Just maybe you have other anecdotes about your job and that we could share to others. Something that happened to you, and that changed your
my way.
Yeah.
We have nice anecdotes like let's say family that we welcome already 5 times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was single the first time, married the second time, 1 kid the third time, and 4 kids. So this is one. We are setting up relation, sometimes kind of friendlyship with the expat. So this is an anecdote that I can share with you. Yeah.
One question came. With remote work becoming more common, how do you see the role of international assignment and relocations evolving?
Yes, this is an answer to dual career too. We see a lot of also, some partner arriving with in France and doing full remote doing full remote while the partner is working in France. So that can happen. That happen in terms of immigration. I'm not fully sure.
For the compliance, yes.
Of the compliance, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also for us in Absolutely French, in terms of integration, it's really more difficult to integrate expat spouses who do remote job because they have
full alone.
Yes, they are really alone, so they come to Absolutely French to learn the language, but their timing is different also. So it's very difficult to come to the evenings or to have a same life with the expats.
Yeah.
So we see it very difficult for them, really. So I think it's also something that international mobility should take care.
Consider, absolutely.
Yeah, the remote job.
When we start a relocation, this is one of of our question. Are you moving alone, moving with the family? The company is not always aware of the partner who is arriving. Exactly. So that is important to know. Yeah.
And maybe to ask them to meet the expat partner to see if they are going to.
It depends on the mobility of the mobility policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking to see if we have more questions. Megan's. In Paris, typically there are areas that are more popular. And others like Neuilly, 17th district. Are singles or family open to exploring other districts nowadays?
Yes, actually it depends on the address of the head office. If the head office is eastern area, we will probably, for example, we have a few clients in Aubervilliers. So we are looking Eastern Paris. So for families, single, it's not a problem. But we are looking for a few family apartments in Eastern Paris or in the suburbs because the headquarters is located in the east, for example. It's not a problem. We are looking. Really, the address of the head of the headquarters is making the search.
Yes, exactly.
Usually,
yeah, that's true.
In order to be a maximum of 30 minutes commuting with the office.
Yeah, but for Absolutely French, we have lots of people in 17 and 16. So so they are still. We see the move is still there. We have some little points on the eastern part, but not so much. There
is lots of young people who wants to live Eastern Paris.
Yeah, or the center of Paris. Lots.
Center of Paris or Eastern Paris, 11, 10, etc. But families makes it a bit different. Usually the families, if there is school, the families are going better Western Paris.
Interesting. Yeah, I have another question. So the well-being of our expats, so it's from Ludivine, is more and more a concern. Beyond the relocation services, accommodation, search, do you offer specific services like conciergerie, maybe? Do you do that?
Not really conciergerie. As conciergerie is 24 hours a day, and we are having a personal life.
Maybe soon.
But we do help the expat. Even after the relocation services. If the expat has questions, let's say during the 2 next months, for sure we are helping the expat in the problem he can meet. So it's not conciergerie as it is a real activity, but we stay close to the expat just even after the relocation.
Yeah, it's your human part, I think.
Yes.
How has Brexit affected your work in Paris?
Actually, we were not affected with Brexit because we are not working a lot with banks. I mean, we had a little bit more people arriving after the Brexit, but it was not. That did not make any difference for us.
Maybe in the immigration part, no.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Immigration,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, a little bit. But we're not working with banks, etc.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of move from the banks, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just see if we have more questions coming. Thank you. So that's okay. So just wait 1 minute and then we will see. Anything you would like to add, maybe, Sophie?
On the question, if there is more question, or
Let's see. Yeah, another one is coming. How can companies measure the success of their relocation programs? What metrics matter most?
what?
How do you measure the satisfaction? Or
Yeah, we are. So I was saying in the interview that we have a platform. To help us in managing the relocation, a platform that the HR can consult, and a platform, an access for the expat too. And so at the end of each relocation, we are sending a survey to the expat to check the satisfaction of the expat in immigration. We have different questions for the relocation. And social security applications. So we are sending. The questionnaire is sent after each relocation services. Yeah.
And does it change something after that? Did you receive some answers that help you progress?
Yes, for sure. There is an open question in those questionnaires. So we are for sure considering the remarks. If there is remark, we're considering the remarks, etc. And those questionnaires, we are sharing them with our client for sure.
And
HR.
yeah, and you have also the label Cercle Magellan. So you have already.
Yes, yes, we are Cercle Magellan. We are FNPR. We are a member of Bienvenue Networks, which is a French-spoken relocation company working all over the world. Okay, and we are EcoVadis. I remember now. We EcoVadis. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So I think I'm just going to conclude this interview. So I was very happy to have you, Sophie, and thank you all of you to be here to listen to us. It's very important to spread the word that we need to change to help expats integrate easily and be happy in their new country.
Yeah.
So it's part of our job.
Both on same on same page. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And for the next interview in December, I'm welcoming, so it will be the 6th December, I'm welcoming Michael Piker from Shiseido. He is in Japan, and he will talk about the same-sex expatriation. So I'm sure it will be also very interesting to listen. And I would like to end with my best sentence, I think. It's don't forget that expat spouses are absolutely talented. Thank you so much for your support.
Absolutely Talks, empowering talent for global careers. Brought to you by Absolutely French,